Hey, what's going on here? I was just recently looking for Wonder Woman's invisible jet, and I was thinking, I was looking down the author's aisle, and I was like, well, how can I find something that's invisible? And then I got to thinking, I'm a visual person. You know what I mean? If I see it, I like it, I'll buy it, and I'll invest in it. Now, with Wonder Woman, I think she's just plain crazy because she has this invisible jet, right? And nobody else can see it, not even her. So how in the hell can you fly something that you yourself cannot see? I mean, how can you fly something that you yourself cannot see, let alone tell other people you got an invisible jet? So I got to thinking, like, is Wonder Woman crazy? Does she really have an invisible jet? And so right now, because I'm new with the DC line, I got like Superwoman, Super Flash, Supergirl, and then Power Woman right here, and then Nightwing over there, Damian Wayne from Teen Titans right here, and his alternate outfit, So it's so I'm like, okay, so I kind of want to invest in Wonder Woman, but I'm like, well, I want to get an invisible jet because I'd like to have vehicles so that way she can fly around instead of always soaring around on lightning and using the lasso to grab some lightning bolts and swing on them like, I don't know, whatever else she has. But either way, I got to thinking, is one of them crazy, and are they just there for like moral support, like supporting this crazy woman that's like from an old time where they kind of like she could be Peter Pan's sister because the make believe, like how he had make believe he had food on empty plates. So maybe she's like making believe that she herself has an invisible jet to modern day people, like lying to kick it. You know what I mean? Batman has his jet. Superman got his jet, we got people that got vehicles, and then she comes and she just like, yeah, I got an invisible jet, and it's like, well, where is it at? Does it turn invisible, or is it always invisible? And who made it invisible? And how do you know you got an invisible jet if you yourself can't find the keys and you're hitting it with trying to find your invisible jet. So I don't know. So either way, just ranting and raving about trying to find an invisible jet for the Todd McFarlane designed Wonder Woman, and it's a toss up. I don't know yet which one to get. There's a couple of good ones. I just can't get like all four of them that I like, even though I would like to. But then again, it's like, I just really just need just probably that one with a couple alternate outfits, suits, or something. But either way, who has purchased an invisible jet? And if so, could I see what one of them looks like in your invisible jet? I know it sounds crazy, but I would just like to see so that way I can build my invisible playset to house her invisible jet. Oh my gosh, we got lasso of truth her and just wrapping around her. Do you have an invisible jet? I'm like, yes, I do. I have an invisible jet. And then we're gonna have to do it. We have to go around lasso and everything in the air, trying to find an invisible jet. Oh, it's gonna be great fun. But all right, yeah. DC is nailing it so far. I am fully satisfied. Matter of fact, I took my page puncher and I've already started alternating her. I'm gonna get the Todd McFarlane weapon accessory packs and kind of see what kind of weapons she can hold, and from there we'll go from there. As we see our Supergirl Flash, he is holding the Xbox One XS series remote control with a grass cutter blade. And then we have our Injustice Super Woman with a crossbow. And then I'm doing a size comparison with our Bebop from Super 7, as well as our Fury Planet with our officer Nick Wilde there. We got Judy Hopps over there with April O'Neil and Lilith Ainsland in the back. And then we got our Gushin Impact, Yi Sakura, which is going to be the interpretation of our officer Judy Hopps when she gets mutagenized into a human being, while April O'Neil gets turned into a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. So it's going to be great fun here. Just working on that right now. And if you're wondering about the drawings and all that, right here, look no further than in here and right here. So like pretty much now what I'm doing is trying to find the 3D model and rigging representation of the scale of the project that I'm doing, involving DC, Masters of the Universe, My Little Pony, TMNT, crossover, being how they all exist within the same universe. So that's it for the here and now as I get back to working and deciding whether I should do a review on this Fortnite Royale series links for a fifth cat woman for our Felicia Darkstalker. Whenever that toy may come out, or whenever the action figure might come out. If not, then I guess I'm gonna just have to go to the drawing boards and do my best to make one. Because, I mean, I could always go a route that I wouldn't really necessarily would like to, which is to really just disassemble her and then reassemble her onto another body, and then just like use your hands and legs and feet and kind of just like Frankenstein her. I'm trying to find out where the heck she's at right now. There she is. She's usually not too far away. So when I do my DC and Darkstalker crossover, I'll have Lord Dimitri, Felicia, and Morgan Ainsland, along with Lilith Ainsland. And right here, if you look to the left, right here is another representation of Felicia, hand built. So, working on that, and as you can see, this right here is our little Ainsland, and then that's No, which is usually in the capsule. Here, I'm trying to point to it right there. So that's where she's usually in that little red ball that you see her chasing around. So made that. So I got 3 out of the 5, and then with the links, if I end up using her, I'm not really too sure. It's still at toss up. That would make it, 4, and then a couple other variations of Catwoman that might proceed onwards until we get some actual Darkstalker action figures going on to create short story animations and things of that nature. So in the meantime, the portable city diorama building is a success, and it can house multiple characters without overcrowding. I do got some decor that I plan on putting over there inside of the building here, which I'm kind of working on right now currently for Officer Judy Hopps. Outside of these windows right here, which are going to be used for mainly a building for Years of War. um, feature on that. And then right here is Officer Judy Hopps little miniature furniture display, a bedroom set with some mirrors that gonna be adorned throughout her apartment complex, along with like or not her, like her house building with the TMNT, and then trying to find. Let's see. I'm over here in the office of Freshwater Planet Tropical Aquatics LLC after hours, where I do comic collectibles and memorabilia. And one thing I do like and I appreciate was I was able to do 3 things today with just one page puncher, which now I'm at a build-a-figure for the Beast Boy and the Raven and the Dino Troy. But this right here has a comic, has a trading card, and has an action figure. Pretty much what my YouTube channel is primarily about, which is comics, collectibles, memorabilia, and diorama tutorials, and including manga, anime, western comic, figure reviews. So, do I have companies such as DC, Marvel, Hiya Toys, Dragon Ball, Naruto, Star Trek? Send me a product to open up? No, I don't. Everything I work for in my day job, and then I purchase, whether to keep as a asset that would be like an insurance policy, or I open up and review out of curiosity, for my own open door curiosity of really dissecting what it is about these action figures, which to me, in a sense, in a way, are like batteries not included, if that makes sense. I mean, we just, what if, in my, this is a little hypothesis here, what if we are just like, like an outlet outsource for these animation figures, and it's like our job to really supply them, which would be supplying ourselves with our basic necessities, weapons, shelter, food, which is why in books, which is why they make these such things in furniture for our persons that are at a smaller scale. Is what if our conscious and our soul gets transferred into these type of small being entities here, from when we not exit out of this life form, but more like unify with what it is that makes us collect the things that we collect. So as you see right here, this is still my, I'm still trying to get all these here action figures for my own power up of a television show where I like to be able to compile together that'd be like not only generational friendly, kid friendly, but have a sense of animation that will appeal both to all generations. Today some kid was playing Gears of War and I was like, yeah, get on that, busting balls and shit, and I'm like, hell yeah, it's good. Because I remember when I was trying to play games, video games, and at this time, I was like over there at the arcades back when we used to go to arcades that were nearby, where now they're scarce and few in between. But we'd be able to like do our community playing on that before we got the consoles of where they're at now. I mean, still not. But either way, we're just teasing a little bit. That's great to see generations parenting doing good, doing well. Just keep in mind that is mature content, and that you're exposing them to a gritty side of video graphics that are meant for the adult buyer, which is the person that's mature content of I think rated E for everyone, or rated R, or whatever ratings go for video games. But I'm pretty sure it is kid friendly. You just gotta pay no heed to people talking insults, because everybody's trying to do is better their own playing, so that way they do less time dying and more time being alive throughout the game. Like today, like our team, not one death, 9-10 rounds, Horde Frenzy, online, whole team alive, whole team being a team. It was beautiful. When somebody went down, we assisted each other up. I mean, it was great. I mean, it was great teamwork. So I like playing games like that. So. But all in all, that's just it for my ranting and ravens in the after hours of Freshwater Planet Tropical Aquatics, while I'm currently designing decor for the inside of the building, which I'm going to start putting in. That's just a matter of whether putting in section by section, and because these are removable and they're magnetic too, so it just depends on which section I want to start with. And this is mainly for like the garage part, for like the lobby, the cars, and all this, that, and the other. So, but yeah, characters can come in. The door is fully operational and functional. There are windows to these. Right now, I just haven't put them in because I'm still designing. These actually have some windows here. I can go ahead and, if I want to, cut them out or just keep them open, which I kind of like the brick look on this side. After all, it is 4-dimensional, so you're going to have 4 sides to this city building. And plus, it's magnetic, so you can go ahead and attach as many of these 2-foot diorama city buildings on top of each other to make it as high as you'd want it, without the worry of it falling over unless you physically pushed it over. So, and that's another thing that I also worked that I designed for not only the Garden Railway, but also for action figure photography, videography, and also for a modernized home for smaller animals like birds, squirrels, rabbits, chipmunks, things, critters, your furry members and feathered members that you feed, if you have the opportunity to do such, so that way they can live nearby year round and have the safety and comfort of you yourself, of watching them, and in turn you get to see little baby generations be around you all the time, to the point where they'll come and land on your shoulder, not poop on you or anything like that, but land on there, communicate with you, and you can feed them out the palm of your hand. And that's how it's supposed to be, for the communication between nature and man, because we are part of nature. And we can't deem anybody or belittle anybody's sentient intelligence due to us having the intellect, not first and foremost, but being able to utilize it, because of our intellect is our main means of, primarily, defense against nature, as you see, animals are born with talons, claws, beaks, as a form of defense because they're out there in that kind of environment. Well, nowadays, now you're either downloaded, booted, or programmed, or grown in a lab, manufactured, as opposed to the old-fashioned procreation of man and woman. The world has changed. I mean, it is 2024, 5780. So we got a lot going on. I mean, we got flying cars, but they don't want to put it out. But we always had flying cars, and they don't want us to really have our flying cars yet. But we have to go out there and ensure that every person is entitled to a flying car, and not just the elite, the privilege, or any of that, because it takes the world to move the world. And you can sit there and try to dictate, but if you yourself can't do what you're dictating, then you're nothing but a worthless employee to an employer that can't fire you, because then you'd get unemployment. So they just deal with your insulting the environment around you and yourself by not really fully applying yourself. So I mean, how can someone say that they're a king if they never touched a tool in their life? If they never built anything in their life? If they never restored cable? If they never built utilities? If they never did any steel construction? If they never did any carpentry? And how am I supposed to look at you with respect when you yourself had the opportunity to be a man and you chose the opposite?
Oh yeah. Don't keep all shit.
But all in all, if you do have the opportunity to go out and get yourself a DC Direct from Walmart, which is probably yesterday now, I don't even know if the deal still exists, but I was able to get some DC Online action figures, DC Direct action figures that are designed by Todd McFarlane Toys, who co-founded Image Comics, and also made one of the best comic book persons called Spawn. I don't know if anybody knows that or not, but he's also the creator of Spawn. So in between and drawing comics for Spawn, sculpting and designing various peoples for different franchises, I cannot complain about any of the sculpts from any one of the DC, McFarlane, or Fortnite designed by Todd McFarlane, such as Lynx, such as Sky, such as the Fortnite Shark Loot Crate. All these characters that Todd McFarlane has designed with the accuracy of the representation of the character, person of interest. So if you're not won over by just the hard work and dedication of just this one sole individual artist who would much rather be inking pages to his own brand, which is outside of Image but more geared towards Spawn, I am very appreciative and I thank you. Because NECA, they didn't make it. They had the opportunity. They had the opportunity to license. Mattel had the opportunity to get the license. Toy Wiz had the opportunity to get the license. The manufacturer for Masters of the Universe, which is Mattel, they had the opportunity, but the person who stepped up to the plate on the outside of making their own independent, franchised from a conglomerate corporation industry of film and print, Mr. Todd McFarlane. So I'm not, I'm giving credit where it's due. And the only thing I can really do to better enhance the quality of these are just making soft cloth capes with wires in it to make it with more posability, as well as swappable heads and interchangeable hands that can give you more hand gestures, and gives your person a more realistic approach as to what's that called? A retro re-up or something like that, where the character just looks like a statue and pretty much just does this. As far as moving it goes, and you're paying $50 for something like that, that's just outrageous. It's like a $5 toy. And this is just a brand franchise that makes it go all the way up to that, and that's just all profit. So, in the meantime, I'm still trying to actually get a fully functional, fully operational dog stalker accurate depiction of, Felicia would be the first start off, where she will have her posability without any of the joints being visible or seen. Pretty much, she'd have a silicone-esque body, though being exposed to colder temperatures would cause the armpit area to kind of look like it is stretch marks, which you really don't want on a metal frame, character body made primarily out of silicone, which is a good and bad thing, but you kind of have to keep it at room temperature in order for you to fully utilize the most of your action figure without compromisation of decomposition through the later use of the posability for your action figure to help you enable a visual effect for your storytelling. But that's all in all. So I'm gonna get back to working on something new. So it's been real and fun, and thank you for tuning in. And if you've lasted this long, give it a like, subscribe, and do the thing. And I'll see you when I see you, and keep collecting.